the vault in this final, or rather in the floor X in this final rotation. And UCLA we're going to be watching very closely. This is Michelle Conway. She is a substitution for Malia Jones.
Prior to her collegiate career, she was a silver medalist in the all-around and on this event, floor exercise, at the Pan American Games, which made her the first Canadian woman in 20 years to do so.
This is a good event for UCLA.
It's an awesome event. They're ranked 9th, but that's very misleading. Early on, they had some injuries, and they, haven't scored what they normally would score, because they've also scored the highest score on this event than any team in the nation. And that was a 49.395. Excuse me, 49.725. I misspoke. Very, very high score they've done on this event.
So you would think that 48.975, as Michelle Conway finishes, not insurmountable for UCLA.
Well within their reach. And Michelle isn't usually their lead-off gymnast on this event. They replace Malia Jones, who normally leads off for them, and does so very successfully. This is the luxury that UCLA has. They've got a lot of depth. They can do that and still come up with very good scores.
We'll see how Michelle sets the standard here.
She's a freshman. She's still just trying to get her legs in college gymnastics. It's a whole different boat, really, from elite gymnastics. They compete much more often. They've got their studies to deal with, a new social life, and a real big focus on team, which they love. But it's all different.
I think it's a different sport, period. Based on, I've had a chance with you to do a lot of international competition in this event. It's a different sport.
And it's an awesome experience. Every collegiate gymnast, without exception, usually says it's the most amazing experience that they've had in gymnastics. Even those who competed at the Olympic Games and at the World Championships.
So Michelle Conway waiting the score 9.85. And now it'll be Malia Jones.
So they've switched around their order a little bit. I really like watching her perform. She's got such a way with her music. And that's just something that Valerie Condos-Field is brilliant at. Her choreography, her choice of music.
Well, isn't that her background is dance, right?
Yep.
Oregon State needs a score of 49.125 in their final discipline, which is the beam, to move into 12th place. And we can talk about that a little bit more. I don't want to take away from Malia Jones right now.
That out. It's almost like she mistimed the punch going into it.
Pulled out of both tumbling runs, or a couple of the tumbling runs, I thought. I don't think she likes it too much. Support from the coach, though.
Well, I will tell you from experience, it's hard when you get to a floor that's very different in terms of the timing for the punch, and you have only a little time to adjust to it. So I'm sure that's what we're seeing a little bit from all the teams on floor exercise.
So now it will be Malia Jones who waits for her score. Got a 9.850 from Michelle Conway to start things on the floor X.
The other money go here. It's the other money go.
And they wait for Malia Jones' score. I don't think Malia was real pleased with her own performance, just judging by body language.
It's hard to say. I'm sure with the one coming in fast, I'm sure she would have liked to have been a little bit higher. She pulled it out.
Well, pretty good score, all being considered. I'd say 9.825.
What a powerful tumbler Kristin Parker is. Big part of the success at UCLA. Very consistent, high-level performer. And pulls that out. Good for her. Wasn't easy to do. Arabian double front, difficult to begin with. She's a tiny bit short on high-end rotation, not in terms of deduction, but she had to dig down deep and pull it out. Very good. You know, I have to tell you, it's so exciting when you have a star on your team. And right now, Jamie Dancher is a star, and everybody talks about all the 10 she scored and her exciting routines. But those aren't the ones that win the championships for you. They're important and they're great to put the exclamation part. But it's the Kristin Parkers that you want, the solid, excellent performers.
Yeah, when you talked about the team concept too, and that's it's like a baseball team. Your utility players are going to win you. You know, in the end, you're going to get to the World Series because of your utility guys, and that's the case here too. We'll get her score when we come back.